We have a really interesting perspective because not only are we bringing in and importing DOP cheeses, and DOP means obviously that it's produced in a specific region. So when you think of Champagne, it can only be produced in the Champagne region. Well, cheese is very similar to that. So there's lots of different cheeses that have to be produced in designated areas. So we get to deal with those cheeses, which really are the most true and authentic versions of those cheeses with histories, dating back thousands of years. But here we're a little bit of a younger society. We're starting to create new cheeses, but there's a really big push both in the cheese world as well as what consumers and chefs are looking for, to have really high quality ingredients and have really authentic, earthy flavors and unique flavors, but produced, here in the United States. So we are starting to forge a tradition. So for us, we're doing cheeses like Copper Kettle Parmesan that's really rooted in the tradition of using copper cauldrons. That is the same tradition that they use for Grana Padano, Parmigiano Reggiano. To have that authentic flavor, we use a Romano where we use sheep's milk rennet to really get a Pecorino Romano taste in it. And then we also just started working with Alpine cheeses. So we created an urban, a cave environment where we're getting all the bugs and bacteria and working really closely with our cheesemakers to get that terroir, and not just terroir of, a similar cheese that you'd find in Switzerland or France, but the terroir of Wisconsin, so that we're creating a totally unique cheese but rooted in that old world history. It wasn't always as exciting to be in cheese as it is today, but luckily it's become really fashionable. And I mean that in the way that, younger generations and older generations alike have become, disenfranchised with industrial food production, and they do want to get back to really wholesome products, wholesome ingredients, having that connection to the land and having that full transparency. And cheese really, and especially what we're doing and what we're producing, really creates that. So we're able to tell a story, produce an award-winning product that people love with 3 ingredients: milk, salt, rennet, and then just time for producing really great cheese. So it's an exciting time to be in cheese. It's also, I think there's a lot more knowledge and a lot more distribution of information when it comes to food in general today, and especially for food service. So people are starting to really get excited about cheese and different ingredients and things like coffee and wine and different sorts of things. And cheese is one of those things where it's a huge category. There's so many different subtypes. And so you can really start to get excited about it. For me, it's there's a passion for being able to do business with my family, to be able to carry on generational work that's been done and have that entrepreneurial spirit. But when it comes to cheese alone, and what I love about cheese is, I'm a foodie at heart, and there's really not anything that I don't love about cheese. Like, for me, it's exciting to be able to taste different flavors, play around with culture programs and genome mapping of flavors to really get nuances and layers and different profiles. And I'm of the camp that the stinkier the better. So when we're able to do different things like that, and the response is so overwhelmingly positive in the industry, for me it's a really big sense of pride in what we're doing and making sure that it's sustainable and that we're really putting something out in the marketplace that people are responding well to.